It's an important time to have the conversation about how to collect your soil samples to make sure that the information you get is accurate and representative of your farm.
So then the decisions that the farmers make have a better foundation in order to get the maximum economic yield. In order to get the best result from soil testing and make good decisions, you need to pay attention to these things.
Step 1, use clean sample tools. Make sure your probes are clean. Make sure you're using plastic buckets as opposed to metal-coated buckets or metal buckets, and make sure that those plastic buckets are clean as well.
Secondly, essentially all the nutrients vary with depth, so we have to standardize the depth.
If I collect really shallow depth, I'm going to get really high nutrient status. If I collect to a deeper depth, I'm diluting away from that concentration.
What is the best sampling depth? Well, it's the depth that best represents the amount of nutrient available for the plant.
Some states recommend a 6-inch sample, some states recommend an 8-inch sample. Just be consistent about depth. If you're collecting 6-inch samples, always collect a 6-inch sample.
And third, there is large spatial variability of soil test results. So we need to take many cores to make up composite soil samples that represent the area.
A good rule of thumb is somewhere between 15 to 20 soil cores to represent a composite sample for a given area. Collecting too few samples to make a decision from can lead you to a bad decision that can cost you money for next year and may cost you money in the long run. Step 4, make sure you thoroughly mix the cores that represent the area when you're generating that composite. You don't want any one core to bias or skew the results.
If the soil sample that is being analyzed does not represent the field or that area of the field, then the result, it doesn't matter how good the test it is, will be useless.
Soil sampling is not the funnest activity a farmer or a consultant gets to do in a year. It's fairly labor intensive. You've got to cover a lot of acres, consequently a lot of miles. But if you're going to take the time and put in the effort, you might as well do it right to ensure that the information you collect is accurate and it helps you make a better fertilizer decision.